don't see how it's hard.
Glasgow. I said Glasgow. My bad. Sorry, Scottish people out there. I've actually been to Glasgow. Isn't that kind of crazy?
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
Sorry, I put glow. Carnage, what's up, man? 14 months, little over a year of love, dude. It's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. You and your family are doing awesome. And Metallica, so I think it's... And, dude, Marscone's back 3 months in a row. Welcome back, dude. I think it's the daughter who looks up... This is Metallica. I think it's the daughter who's looking up Anna and Eve's only interview to find out the truth about her mom. Also, nice... notice the funeral music after the video where Hannah got pregnant. This means that when Hannah was pregnant, Eve lost her identity. Maybe. I mean, I can see that. I think maybe you never know what those things are. You reading in too deep, or I could see that though. I like the theory that their daughter is looking up the stuff. I think that's a pretty solid theory.
Drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going. Just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
Weird. Okay, somebody said if we log off, we might be able to see. No, if we log off, see, it just we can't see my face. So let's read another one.
Yes.
Or watch another one.
I got to Glasgow. I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from a payphone, and then headed back.
Okay. Let's watch another one.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel.
Cheap.
It would have been better if she used it. She has really nice taste.
Not gold?
That time. You must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
She keeps going on about Glasgow. There's 10 videos for this.
I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Was asked, did anybody see you there? Okay, so Glasgow, this is gonna take him forever playing this way. Well, I mean, I have nowhere else to be. I don't think we're in any rush. Glasgow, Hannah? There's one.
It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back.
She had the baby.
I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
She might have mentioned it in another one. No, there's nothing for that either. Damn. One of them is lying about the car in Glasgow. I know, she said that she tried to call Hannah, but then... Fuck, I'm confused now. God damn it. Vane Vessel, thanks for the sub, dude. 8 months in a row. Thank you. Thank you, Vain Vessel. Guys, welcome it back into our loving arms. The story, yeah. Car. No. Accident. No. Rental? She get a rental? No. Fuck. I already looked up hospital, and there was only a couple videos that we already watched. Crash? No, it's just that one. Try church. She only talked about having sex in a church. Oh, here's one.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells.
You think at some point Simon figures it out? You think at some point Simon figures it out? No! This game. Yeah, it did sound like Simon knew. Simon Eve. Let's try that. Nope. Simon Hannah. Let's just try these. Here's one we haven't watched.
Hannah had a miscarriage.
Hannah had a miscarriage.
It was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then...
God, I fucking hate that face. This does change. This, like, miscarriage changes a lot. How do you spell miscarriage? I don't know how to spell miscarriage. Carriage? Miscarriage? I'm spelling. Oh, no, I got it right. Okay, cool.
No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until... Well, it was only a few
We'll look up
months
Eric in
later.
a second. That's a good idea. Okay, let's watch the rest of these,
Then my
though.
parents died. It was the worst year of my life. The miscarriage and then my parents. Yeah. They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful.
We should look up her
It was
parents'
so soon
death
after
and
my
Eric.
miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that, it was just like, fuck.
Ah! Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Thought I was. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile.
Thought I was.
Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Okay, we said we'd look up Eric, so let's look up Eric. Oh, there's a lot we haven't seen. There's 14 entries about Eric.
He was wearing a shirt.
Wow, very descriptive.
With a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans.
So, everyone.
He has a watch. It's a really nice one.
Steel.
A gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear.
I love Paddington Bear.
He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house. So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since.
Is this where he left with the other girl?
It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Hey, good night, Wolf's Rain. So, okay, by the way, this game is like $5, by the way. I don't know why you would want to play it after you've watched me play it, but maybe you... I don't know. This is so stupid game. I love it. I'm loving this game right now. Do you think that her talking about him being gone was that same time where they went to the hotel? Hold on, we'll come back to... Hold on. Let's check... hold on.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Is Elo dropping frames for anyone else in here? I'm not seeing any dropped frames.
And the hotel said he was there?
Okay, let's go back to Eric. Oh, my bad. Eric.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Okay.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one.
So kind of out of context, so I'm not making any
Eric's like an
connections
uncle to
here.
him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Diane. Let's look up Diane. Diane? Was that how you spell it? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Oh, shit, she's got a guitar in that one.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Show her the guitar.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
It's Diane again. Only 5 entries come up for Diane. Could Simon have been bisexual and had a thing with Eric? Let's look up gay. No. Homosexual. Oops. Spelled that wrong. No. Try guitar. It's 3 videos.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf. Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
Okay.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay. Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain.
She's right, she's not the best guitarist.
For the youngest one, all the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
And then I killed Simon and I buried him out back. Oh, the wind and the rain. She just like starts going to a really weird place. Like, oh, I totally murdered that guy. Oh, the wind and the rain. They're like, I think there's something to this song that she's playing. Oh, then I killed Eve. Oh, the wind and the rain. It's very incriminating.
And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Then it gets really weird, apparently. Song. Oh, shit.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to come back and stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it.
That is Eve? I'm sorry, I
It
meant
was genuinely
Hannah. Whatever, I
our
can't keep it
best
straight
dance.
sometimes.
We never danced together
How can you
before.
blame me?
It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed
You want
it.
to look up Drown?
It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
They could make it if they tried. Let's look up Drown. No, that's the only one. Water! Oh, wow, we actually got one.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
The mysteries that have been solved with that. Oh, thank God. Yeah, I know. Okay, it's hard for me to imagine, like, this being anything real, like a real interrogation of any kind, because she's like, if I was being interrogated for murder, I would be really careful not to say, like, sing songs about murdering my sister and shit. I don't know. Yeah, best game ending ever. You want some water? Her eye is bruised. Okay, let's look up bruised. Or bruise. Let's look up bruise. Okay. 5 entries. Here we go.
Bruise. Oh, yeah. No, it's nothing.
I fell down some stairs.
In my kitchen, and the chair slipped, and I kind of hit the door with my face.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
Thank you, Blizz HD. What is going on, man? How are you doing? 2 months in a row. It's good to see your beautiful face. Hope you are doing well. Had some fun playing Dota with you the other day. We should play more Dota, man.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
I found the body.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.
I think we should look up body. I found the body and I... Oh, crap.
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise.
Oh, that sucks.
When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face. Gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. And she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies were synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
What are nits? Apparently we braved all the things about periods. Let's look up body. Hey, Genuine TV, how you doing?
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff.
Nits or head lice? Okay, thank you.
I never had the heart to throw out. I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back. And
With a torch? Was it a dungeon?
that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed and that's when I called the police.
Why is this a game? Oh shit. Why is this a game? Because it's because somebody wanted to push the boundaries of what we consider to be a typical video game. I'm kind of glad they did. Let's look up Bruise again. Somebody, or Bruise, sorry. Somebody said there was one more for Bruise. Okay, so in this video, the bruise is on the left side. She touches her left side.
Nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen.
And then when she says that it heals,
The bruise.
she touches her right side. So she touches her right
The
side.
bruise.
Oh, the bruise? Oh, the bruise. Oh, I have fast metabolism.
Bruise.
On the left side. Let's check out this last one.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry. The kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
I don't think she's arrested, guys. I think these are just merely interviews, and I don't think that they had enough to convict anybody. At least I don't think so. This is somebody looking at this old database. They already talked about that in like in this really README. Here's the database. I filed Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transfer the videos off the original tapes in 1999. So if you go here though and you click the clock, the date is 2015. So this was actually back in the 90s. So somebody around our time today is actually looking at, and, you know, as far as the game is concerned, is looking at what is happening. There was a theory that Metallica had that it was maybe their daughter, or maybe the daughter, which I think is probably a pretty accurate theory. Might have even been a spoiler. I don't know. It seems to make sense, because that would mean that the girl would be what, 16 years old, something like that. Maybe, Pinocchi, maybe. I don't know. We saw a face, it was not a girl, it was a guy. I think it's Carl investigating it. You think it's Carl investigating? I think it looks like a girl. Let's look up Carl. That's another one. Here we go. Carl was the first boyfriend they had, is basically it. Let's look for Carl. Let me go back to body.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy.
Did I say Coral? I meant Carl. You know what's kind of weird? Check this out. So when she's talking about sex and Carl, she's like, you don't have to be coy. Oh, of course he wasn't my first.
No need to be so coy.
No need to be so coy. But then if you look up sex, it's Hannah.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private?
Isn't that private? And the other one, she's just like, let's not,
Hail to the king.
Beat around the bush. Do you get it? I don't shave. No. She said it's just two different people. It's got to be. Or at least one person acting as two different people. I think it's two different people.
And then there were other boys here and there. And then Simon.
Blizz, let's get together someday soon and play some games and have some beers, brother. Dude, I'm all about it, man. I'm all about it. We can play some Dota too, like I said, or we can do whatever. I mean, the world is our oyster. We can do whatever we want, dude. Ciao, it's just good to see you, man. It's good to be back. I missed you guys. I really did. I don't know how many people are here, but I am really glad that everybody's hanging out with me this morning. For those Shot NZ, subscribe for 6 months. Thank you, man, for half a year of support, dude. This game is no good. I'm liking it, man. It's not for everybody, and it's definitely different, but I like murder mysteries. I like figuring something out. It's the same thrill that I get watching a television show or a movie. I like the idea of theory crafting what this could be based on the clues that are presented to us. I love that shit, man. I love detective stuff. Oh man, I fucking love detective stuff. So, anyways, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the broadcast, I'm not gonna go too into it because I got really emotional earlier, like really fucking emotional. But I've just been, for those of you who've been wondering where I've been at, I've just been dealing with a lot of, Jesus, man, you guys are killing me right now with the subs. The Mesmer, thank you for the 3 months, man. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys so much. I was talking about why I was gone, and just basically, I've just been depressed, guys. I've just been really depressed. I've been dealing with depression. And the way I deal with depression is I just kind of shut everybody off and just kind of deal with it on my own. And that's just the way that I do it, and it's not good for what I do here on Twitch. And I don't mean to upset or frustrate anybody with my lack of time streaming. I just am really depressed, and I just needed some time to step away and deal with that, because I didn't want to put any of that on you guys' shoulders. So We talked about it this morning. I don't want to rehash. I just see a lot of people asking in the chat where I've been, so I'm just giving you a brief overview. Too long, didn't read. I've been really fucking depressed, and I've just been dealing with it, so...